Hi everyone, Nigel Saunders here. I'm here at the Toronto Bonsai Society's Fall Show and Sale. So let's have a look around. Here is the front row of the show. So all the big impressive trees go to the front. So let's start here with this Japanese maple. It is a beautiful, beautiful tree. There's the size of it. Fantastic root base, a mature looking trunk, and beautiful, beautiful branches. Here is a giant larch tree. It is very, very big. You can see my hand, and very mature. You can see the mature bark on it. Yeah, and the mature branches. Incredible tree. Here is an eastern white cedar, or Thuja occidentalis. So this tree has a lot of deadwood on it. And you can see the live vein going up here. Also in the front row is this pitch pine. Very, very mature bark on it. That's amazing. And yeah, beautiful, nicely structured tree. And last on the first row is a Korean hornbeam. Here's a look at the root base, the trunk. On the end of the row, we've got an eastern white cedar, or a Thuja occidentalis. So this tree, originally, these were the live roots, and they died and it rerooted midway. It must have maybe toppled over or something. And it's become quite a work of art. So there's some work on the top structure of the tree here, but a very natural tree. Very artistic presentation. Here is another eastern white cedar. We've seen this one before, a very twisty, flowing tree. It reminds me of those ribbon gymnastics dancers. Yeah, just an awesome tree. Here is a firethorn, and I really, really like this pot. It's such a cool glaze and style. No. And the tree is beautiful also. A wonderful trunk. And then this beautiful branch structure and canopy. Asymmetrical design. Beautiful. Here is a trident maple, and I saw this at the U.S. National Show this year. And it is an awesome tree, of course. There's the root base of it. Massive trunk. Really, really nice. Here is my Avatar Grove and Eastern White Cedar Forest, Thuja occidentalis. On display once again. Here is a Thuja occidentalis with a lot of deadwood on it and a very interesting live vein. It comes up here, wraps around and curves around and down to the single branch in a crescent pot. On the other end of row one is a boxwood forest. A very natural looking forest. Looks like a nice place to go for a stroll. And way back in there is Bambi. Yeah, so that's really cool. This is a forest by Mr. Boxwood. He also has a very cool accent plant here. Some sedum growing out of a rock planter. Yeah, I really like that. On this table here, they're all accent plants that were put together at a workshop. So they are absolutely amazing. And they're all different and all very, very interesting. So you can see this one has the yellow pot, the yellow flowers, and a red stand. So it all has a color theme. Here's another planting, ferns and everything. And there's a viewing stone beside it, a very small detailed one. Over here is a sort of a moss ball planting. There's a name for that, I forget. And then there's all these plants growing out the top, which are just beautiful. Here's a little Portulacaria afra planting. Interesting pot. There's sort of a clump of trees at the top. Here's another interesting sort of asymmetrical planter with all kinds of interesting plants coming out the top of it. Yeah, really cool. Here's some succulents in sort of a basket type pot. And then we've got, I don't know what kind of plant it is, but beautiful fall colors. What a beautiful stand and pot. Here's another succulent in a very unique pot. Sort of a broken away section there. And beautiful color, eggshell color. Here's sort of a woodland kind of planting with some driftwood, ferns, interesting plants. Over here is another interesting pot with moss and fall colors and native plants. Here is some, I don't know what they are. They look like rushes or grass or something. Stripe pattern on them. I don't think it's bamboo. They have sort of flower tips at the top here. So yeah, a very interesting vertical type accent plant. Here, this looks like maybe a cotoneaster. Really nice. And this looks like kind of a daisy or something. Yeah, it looks really ancient. Ancient and old. In a cool pot. Here's some pitcher plants. Carnivorous plants. And they're pretty cool too. Nice pot. And look at this color scheme. The pot matches the color of I think it's sedum maybe. Yeah, that's a good color combination there. Wow. Here's another kind of woodland scene. Lots of fall colors in it. Very natural looking planting. It looks just like a slice of nature in a pot. Here's another little one down here. Looks great. Another one here. green pot, quite a variety of plants up top. And the last one in a blue pot.
What time is it starting? 7.
Looks like maybe a hosta, I think. Here's Derek. Derek, you had some fans today at the show.
Surprisingly, yes. Hi, Nigel.
Hi. And they took their picture with you, didn't they?
Yes, they did. Yes.
How did that feel?
I felt like a celebrity.
A celebrity.
Felt like you.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's great.
Here is a Scots pine with that red bark up top, the old gray bark down below. Very nice structure to the tree in a nice kind of reddish colored pot, which really matches that bark color on a reddish stand. Here's a beautiful ancient old larch. This was a runner-up of Best Tree in Show, and you can see why. It has beautiful deadwood, old trunk, and really nice branch placement, a slanting style on top of a slab. Here is my larch forest. There's the landscape with all the moss bushes and the waterfall and the tamarack trees. Here is my Volkswagen Beetle, the split window bug, rusting out. Here is a very beautiful trident maple. Very, very small leaves. Yeah, it's a real specimen, this one. Here is my Ficus microcarpa. So there's a look at the root base, and it's on the stand that I got from the thrift store. And there's a look at the structure. Hi everyone, it's early in the morning. I'm heading off to Toronto for day 2 of the show, so here I go. Here is a tall Thuja occidentalis, interplay of live and dead wood on it. Sparse foliage, it's sort of a literati style. Here's a fragrant sumac. Beautiful display, nice branches, beautiful tree. Here's a larch, a Nick Lentz tree, growing in a spherical pot. Very beautiful tree. Here's a far mountain stone. Beautiful color stone. You can see the base has hints of the same color as the rock. Yeah, nicely displayed. Here is a spruce forest. Sort of an island planting in a blue pot to represent water. And beautiful roots on these trees. You can see them growing amongst the moss there, a very natural looking planting. Yeah, very, very nice forest. Here's a burning bush, some beautiful fall colors on it. It's got berries on it. Beautiful branch structure, very natural looking in a blue pot. Wonderful. Here's my Chinese village penjing. This is an Austrian pine, sort of a umbrella canopy on it, old bark. Wonderful tree. Here's my Portulacaria afroforest, baobab style, on its thrift store stand, looking quite nice, I think. There's the trunk I scarred up. Here's a wonderful display. It is a mugo pine, and it looks like something straight out of an art gallery. The display and the pot. It's amazing. It's like modern art. It's just wonderful. Here's a viewing stone with beautiful colors, beautiful display. And if you come down here, you can see the cave underneath. Yeah, just a wonderful, wonderful stone. I believe it was collected just this year. Here is another mountain stone. Beautiful polished stone with interesting textures, and yeah, really nice. Here's a vertical stone. You can see it has hints of maybe a waterfall in it. Very nice. Beside it is what they call an object stone. And the owner said it looks like, vertebrae, a skeleton almost. Very, very interesting. Looks like something out of a medical book. Here is a very detailed mountain stone. You can almost see the snow-capped mountains, the rocks poking through. Yeah, just beautiful. Very detailed. Here is sort of a mountain plateau stone. Again, very, very detailed stone. Here's an American larch, beautiful branch structure. Very old. Look at the trunk texture on it. It's just amazing. Getting some fall colors, which is nice to see. Here is a plateau stone. And the owner said some people see a whale in there, and some people see a cat, and other people see a plateau with a kind of a mountain sticking up. Here is a snow-capped mountain peak. Wow, it just looks like the Alps or something. Here is a forsythia. Deadwood, and the living part is off to the left. Nice pot and very nicely displayed. This one is a tunnel stone. So if you go down here, you can see the tunnel through the rocks. You can almost hear the water crashing through it. Yeah, just beautiful. Almost a waterfall down the middle there. Here's a mountaintop stone, and it has a nice kind of greenish color to it. It's very interesting. Stripe patterns through it. This is a coastal scene with a rock face. There's some people down there. Portulacaria afra trees. And looking good, looking really good. Here is a Korean hornbeam. Beautiful fall colors in it. They get some really nice fall colors, these Korean hornbeams. On a rustic kind of stand. Nice colored pot too. Here's a Cascade Sarissa in flower, a variegated variety. Very nice. Here's a Trident Maple, just starting to get some fall colors. Beautiful old tree. Here's a Coralberry. Some beautiful berries on it. Adds a nice splash of color. Twin trunk, kind of a penjing landscape. Here is a beautiful tamarack or American larch forest. It's very small, but it's very beautiful. Yeah, really, really nice. Getting some fall colors on it now. And here's a wild grapevine cascading down, fall colors. There's one little berry on top, or grape, right there. Yeah, really nice. Here is a Korean hornbeam, and this has beautiful fall colors on it too. You can see all the different variations, looking really nice. And it's in a very glossy pot and stand, and it's very unique, and it works really well. I think the glossy pot, it's similar color to the trunk, but it's a different texture, the gloss versus the matte trunk. I think it works really, really well. Here is a penjing, a golf penjing. So there's a golf course here with the golfer. One person's in the sand trap here, the other's out on the fairway. And these are the miniature thuja trees. Very tiny foliage and slow growing, and they're looking really good, nicely shaped trees. Here's a Blaz juniper, kind of an umbrella canopy, a tall tree, a lot of live wood and dead wood. Yeah, looking really, really nice. Here's a persimmon with lots of fruit on it, beautiful colors. Yeah, everything, the color scheme on this whole planting is really, really nice. Over here we have my little thuja root over rock planting. You can see the beach there and the rock face and the windswept trees on top. Here is a porcelain berry, beautiful yellow pot, tall ornate stand, an old tree. And it has all these beautiful multicolored berries on it. You can see a blue one, a red one, white, purple. Yeah, they're a very cool species. Here is a willow leaf ficus. Very nice tapered trunk. Getting some old bark on it and beautiful branch structure. Here is a shohin display. So up top we have a black pine, very old and detailed tree, just beautiful. Below we have a Japanese maple, really, really nice. Over here, I believe it's firethorn. You can see the berries on it, the orange berries. Beautifully presented, these trees. Down below we have a I'm thinking honeysuckle maybe. Beautiful old trunk. And beside that is a box tree. And again, just beautifully presented, all these trees. And the owner added some lights to the stand, so the trees down below aren't in the dark, and it works really nicely. It's a nice way to light up the trees. Here is a fuchsia and a beautiful pot and stand, kind of a cascade weeping tree with beautiful colored flowers on it. It's just beautiful. Here's a shohin display. Up top is a black pine, really old ancient tree. Down below we have an American larch. And again, a very ancient tree, kept miniature. Beside it is a juniper. Really interesting tree, lots of dead wood, rough bark, And nice foliage placement. It's really, really nice. And the pot is just absolutely beautiful. Down below, we have winterberry. So you can see the red berries on it, splash of color, the fall leaves, the fall color of the leaves. Beautiful, beautiful pot. Beside that is a forsythia in fall colors, looking amazing in a purple pot. Old tree. Yeah, amazing Shohin displays at this show. Here is a Shohin display. Up top is an American larch, looking wonderful. Down below is a pomegranate, and you can see how the pot matches the color of the flowers like perfectly. It's amazing. And beside it is a Chinese elm, a very beautifully shaped one. Yeah, really impressed with the Shohin displays. They're wonderful. Here is a barberry. Beautiful fall colors on it. Just awesome. Nice miniaturization of the branches and everything. Yeah, really, really nice. Here's a camellia in a blue pot, and there's some beautiful flower buds on it. I guess they're for next year, next spring maybe. Yeah, beautiful. Here's an elephant bush, or Portulacaria afra. Very, very miniaturized. And this is an old tree. Beautiful pot and stand. Really, really nice. Here's a persimmon. Beautiful tree. Reddish colored pot and stand. It looks really good. It really makes the green stand out. Here's a Sarissa penjing, an ancient Chinese pot, root over rock. Beautiful little miniature scene. Here's an eastern white cedar. Beautiful structure, lots of deadwood on it. Nice display, really looking good. Here's a twin trunk American larch. Nice fall colors coming on it. Beautiful branching. Very natural looking tree. Nice. Here is a Chinese hackberry. An old trunk. Looking nice. Here is an amber maple in full fall colors. Look at that. Beautiful reds. These amber maples get nice fall colors. And an old trunk and cool branch structure. Yeah, very nice. Here's an ancient Ficus microcarpa. Check that out. Beautiful roots. Really interesting twisty trunk. Yeah, looking really nice. That's an impressive tree. Here is a yew tree, kind of Chinese style with the pads. And it's got some red berries on it. Add a bit of color to it. Very nice pot. Really, really cool. Here is a Korean hornbeam, root over rock. Amazing pot and rock, and the tree is just beautiful too. And it's just starting to get some fall colors. Here is a 2-tree planting, American larch. Deadwood top up here. It's getting some fall colors. The needles are turning a light kind of yellowy color now. Old trees. Here is a honeysuckle, sort of a deadwood trunk. Very interesting deadwood these honeysuckles get. And beautiful canopy. Very nice. Here's an eastern white cedar. Beautiful shaped tree, just beautiful. Deadwood on the trunk here. Tiny foliage, really looking good, like really amazing. And a nice root base on it too. Look at that. Yeah, really beautiful. Here is a North American larch in a yellow pot, which is cool. I bet you that looks good when the needles turn yellow. Here's Derek's famous teapot planting with his little tiny trees. Looking very nice. It was very popular at the show. Here is the tree that won Best Tree in Show, and I can see why. Beautiful branch structure up top. Some fall colors coming. Deadwood and very, very rough old bark on it. It must be a very ancient tree. Beautifully prepared. I can see why it won Best in Show. It is just a beautiful tree. Here is a juniper, an old juniper, and I believe it's a blowy juniper. Yeah, really. You can see this tree's been refined over many, many years. Wonderful. Down this section we have trees in training, and there is a dwarf pomegranate here which has not so dwarf a fruit on it. You can see the size of the fruit there. It's quite large for the size of the tree. Looking good, fall colors. Wonderful. Here's a Chinese quince in training, looking nice. What a great start to a tree or trees. Here's a tamarack or North American larch. Getting fall colors, and again, a future beautiful tree. Here's a larch tree with a very interesting trunk. It has a deadwood strip up the trunk. It's in a pot, one of Sophie's pots, nicely presented. Here's a dwarf Korean lilac, kind of a windswept style. Getting some nice bark on it, looking nice. Here's a variety of trees. This looks like maybe some type of willow, I'm thinking. I'm not sure. Over here is an accent plant, and then we have I'm not sure what this is. Interesting. Here's a Thuja occidentalis, old tree. It's being wired up the branches to cascade. Yeah, coming along very, very nicely. Here is an old Boston ivy. You can see it has a thick old trunk. Some new foliage coming out in a beautiful pot too. Very, very nice. Here is a Thuja occidentalis. Very small tree, but powerful. And this was styled by Eric from Montreal at one of the, he did a demo at one of the club meetings. Looking just wonderful. The show will be opening soon for day 2. Should be an exciting day ahead. Here's the tree that won Best Canadian Tree at the U.S. National Show in Rochester this year. A Thuja occidentalis. Just absolutely beautiful. There's the deadwood on it. The trunk. You can see the twisty trunk, the way it dives down and back up, and there's deadwood on it, and the branches are just placed beautifully. I can see why this won Best Tree at the U.S. National Show, Best Canadian Tree. So there's the award, the Kennett Collection Award, Finest Bonsai from Canada at the 8th U.S. National Bonsai Exhibition 2023. Here is a tribute tree to Enoch Gray, who's passed away, a former president of the club. And here is a North American larch. And absolutely wonderful root base on it. Fall colors. Beautiful trees, or tree. Here's a vertical stone. Beautiful, beautiful stone. Here's Josh, the president of the club. Hi, Josh. And he's watering the trees, making sure everything's looking good before the show opens for the Sunday.
Hi, Bonsai Zone.
Mr. Boxwood is here, misting his boxwood forest, and it's looking beautiful. It's just an amazing forest. Very popular at the show, these miniature forests. So we're getting a bit of sunshine now, which really brightens the show up, getting some natural light in the windows. So the trees should look quite nice today, but maybe it'll get cloudy, who knows. Rob is the official photographer of this year's show, and he's doing some detailed macro photography of some of the landscapes and trees, capturing the little details that you don't see from the distance. And he's focus stacking because they're so miniature. So he was saying the one planting took 95 frames. So that should look amazing in the end. This is James here. He donated those grow lights to me, so thanks very much, James.
No worries. I hope they help you out a lot, and I hope the trees love them.
I think the trees will love them, so thanks very much.
Yeah, no worries, no worries.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, love your displays as well.
Oh, thank you.
I enjoyed the show so much.
Thank you. Okay.
So now I have another one exactly like this.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna coat it epoxy.
Okay. So here's an update to Bruce's slanting forest that we worked on, was it 2 years ago,
at
Bruce?
least 2 years,
At least 2 years ago. So here's an update to it. So he had, some of the trees didn't make it, they dried out, but he's replaced them, and it's...
These two didn't make it, but they got replacements.
Yeah. Oh, it's looking really good, Bruce.
Yeah, I know.
Fantastic. Nice to see it again, too. Thank you.
Yeah, I know.
Jack pine is a tree that grows, really quite far north. I think if you drive all the way almost to the tree line, you can still find jack pine. They actually don't like to live that far south because they need a really, really cold winter. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it around. And I'm going to then wire this, take it down to the end. And then at the very end of it, I do a special little curl so that I can aim the butt up. So I do that. And I'm going to start wiring this up.
There is pizza here for all us people who are exhibiting and volunteering.
Right, we're just now trying to refine this tree and try to get the final shape.
So the demo is finished. There's the tree, and they're going to raffle it off. So that is the literati style.
Yeah, someone took some photos, yeah, for sure.
All right, Mike.
Here is the raffle for the demo tree.
Okay, this is as random as it gets. All right.
Day 2 of the show is over, the final day. So everyone is beginning to pack up their trees, and it's time to go home and get some well-deserved rest.